Motherfucker. I'm on the motherfucker. Motherfucker. It's the one that says bad motherfucker.
Thank y'all for having me back on the podcast.
Thank
bro.
you for having me back.
I know I got fired last week, bro. Happy to be back. Hey, bro, I will say this. I'm having a great time hanging out in Joel's crib, having a great time doing podcasts. However, doing this project has tested the boundaries of my wardrobe, man.
You saying that? Yeah, right.
We really searching for new shirts to put on every recording. Other day, I was somewhere and this dude walked up to me. He was like, "Man, like I seen one of your clips today, man. You had on this same shirt."
Tell the nigga to mind his business.
But I was just like, "Yeah, we recorded today." I just lied.
That's
I was
all right.
like, "We recorded today." Like, bro, I don't
Would
know.
you classify that as a white lie or like a brown lie? What color was the shirt? That's the color of the lie.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie. It was a printed shirt.
Oh,
It was that one I wore, the blue one. And I had on that shirt. He was like, "Man,
that's the thing. You paying too close of attention because your patterns be like kind of crazy. So it's like if all your shirt patterns crazy, like nah, it's little details. It's like a Where's Waldo of a shirt.
I feel like I need to just switch to black tees. So then whenever I go, people be like, "Oh, like they don't remember the fit." You feel what I'm saying?
That makes sense.
But people keep calling me out on all.
But
the
you know what,
outfits.
Mandal? We're gonna get it to a point where it's gonna be sponsored, and we're gonna get you some clothes for free.
That'll be great, bro. I would love to have more because I got a shirt for every day. You know what I'm saying?
7 shirts.
What's your shirt size? Tell everyone so people would send in shirts for you.
Yeah, bro. I would. To be honest, bro.
Thank you, Joel.
I appreciate it. To be honest, I'm a modest 3XL, but it's looking like we leaning towards the 4.
Okay.
Right now, but right now we're 3XL. If you're not confident in the size, go for it.
3XL, DXL, holler at my man. He's gonna get him right. It's another one. Ronnie Jordan gonna tell you all about it too. They be fly.
For real?
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot of shit you get into.
Yeah, man, I'm totally about the big dude clothes. All right,
this week we talking about what?
Snakes on the plane, bro.
Snake. What is the famous quote? Can you hit it? Do you remember? I'm tired of these motherfucking snakes on this
mother effing plane, bro.
God damn it! I almost got Mandal the curse.
You wasn't gonna get me, bro.
I'm gonna break it down.
I
Lauren last week, our special guest Lauren Knight said last week she heard you say the N word. I said, nah, you ain't never heard Mandal say that.
I got a joke with the N word in it.
You do?
I do.
Damn, Lauren was
I do
right.
got a joke with the N word in it.
Okay.
I used to. The NAACP said that we can't say that word no more, bro. And I was trying to respect that, but then I had a joke I had to tell with it in.
You respect the NAACP?
Bro, sometimes, bro, they be doing stuff. They be showing up.
All right, they do.
I want them to show up for me one day.
You think they're gonna? You think you gonna need it?
I think when they try to repo my car for not paying the bill, I want the NAACP to show up in
and
my
do
yard.
what?
Arm, elbow to elbow, get arm and
lock
arm.
around your car?
Lock around my vehicle. Yeah, be like, listen, man.
How many people you think you need to lock around your vehicle?
I got a small car, bro.
About 14
I'm thinking
people?
about 14. If they don't even have to send like, they don't even have to send like the top dog. If they send like Daryl,
yeah,
they like Daryl come around there. He said, "Hey y'all, we protecting this brother."
What if it like 2 or 3 people and they just shift? Like don't.
Yeah,
you
defense.
Can't.
Like how they arms spread out. That would be
slide.
hard, bro. NAACP. I'm 1 more month away from losing my vehicle. I have supported y'all. I didn't say the N word. I paid that $30 one time when y'all sent that email. Send some people to my house to make sure they don't take my car. Send that.
It's a white car, by the way.
Exactly. And so, well, I don't know if you need to protect that. But y'all gotta do something. Listen, man, that movie Snakes on the Plane, bro,
was terrible. It is a bad movie.
But hold up, before you get into that, what a great title for a movie, man.
It's not though, bro.
Let me say something. Bro.
Okay, go ahead.
What a great title for that movie, because it was snakes on that plane. If it's 2 things that's true about snakes on the plane, one, they was on the plane. 100%. Most of the movie they on the plane. Second, it was a bunch of snakes.
Let's break it down.
It was so many snakes.
It was a lot
on the plane.
It was a lot.
And I was like, you know something? When y'all was like, man, what we gonna name? And somebody was like, oh, Agent.
How much you think they pay for all them snakes? Because one snake be expensive. Exotic snakes are expensive. It was a lot of them.
Okay. Are we going how much they pay as in the people in the movie who built the movie or
the
within the story?
Within the story.
Hey, bro. That by far one of the dumbest movies I've ever watched in my life,
Bro, let's talk about how we got to the point to where the snake's on the plane. So the opening scene threw me off completely. It was 2 or 3 minutes of somebody riding a dirt bike to a hill
100%.
to see somebody be murdered. The person who saw somebody murdered witnessed this and he ran off. This is another thing in Sam Jackson's movie. Somebody witnesses a murder and then Sam Jackson comes in to save the day.
Right.
Did y'all know actually about the title and why it's actually called Snakes on a Plane?
No, tell us, Joe.
Okay,
us,
so
please.
Sam Jackson was pitched this movie.
Yes.
And so a lot of times movie titles suck and they're just called working titles because there's like, we'll think of a better one later, but here's a script. It's just like this. So the working title, Snakes on a Plane, is about snakes on a plane. He said yes under the guise of, you have to keep the name Snakes on a Plane.
Yes.
So he straight up was, because he was like, people will fuck with it because it's a dumb name. And it sure enough is a dumb movie, and there's snakes on his plane. So 100% was just a working title, and Sam Jackson was like, yes.
So he didn't read the script. He just read the title.
Yes, but you gotta keep the name. So just a little producer tidbit there.
That is true.
that
Because I
makes
also
sense.
read that his agents was trying to be like, hey, you got to change the title. And they was going to do it. And then Sam got winded and he was like, fuck no. That's the only reason I signed up to do it. So I did hear, but I didn't know that was the reason that he took it though.
Bro, that's hard because that's a name. That's a good name of a movie, bro. Let's go through the entire plot before
Let's break it down before we jump into bashing it. Because I am going to destroy this movie.
Okay, great.
So the guy witnessed the murder. Sam Jackson came to save him. So the whole point was to get this guy to go testify against the Asian guy who killed somebody in front of him. The Asian man that killed somebody could not get to this witness. So what he did was put motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane. Not only did he put snakes on the plane, they were going to Hawaii. So when you go to Hawaii, usually they give you the little, what do they call them?
The
little flower necklace. That's what I'm
flower
calling
necklace. What they call it? Start with an L.
Lua?
It's a lay.
A lay.
Lay,
Yeah, because it lay on your neck.
Exactly.
They sprayed a pheromone on that to make the snakes really horny. It was just a whole bunch of horny snakes on the plane.
Yeah.
So when snakes are horny, like most animals, like they get very aggressive. So to kill this one passenger, he put at least a couple hundred variations of snakes on his plane to get this person.
Yeah.
And it didn't work.
Yeah. So hold on. So let's get through the whole movie. So snakes get on the plane.
Yep.
Snakes start turning up. Now, snakes get through the plane and they start killing everybody in the most specific ways. I didn't know snakes was this smart. I didn't know a snake would be like, hey, I'm a bite this lady breast. Why would it do that specifically?
I told you it was horny.
Or like a snake will be like, some snakes, they will immediately kill somebody. But other snakes, they like, nah, I'm going to crawl around you for a while and I'm going to wait till we make eye contact before I kill you. So the snakes are killing.
Very horny. Molesting this lady as she was asleep. Did you hear her moaning and groaning?
Yeah.
We also got Kenan Thompson, Flex Alexander in this movie.
Not to mention, a very important thing for me, Kenan Thompson does have on a chain. I want to make that very clear. That throughout this movie, Kenan Thompson does have a chain on.
Yes.
And that was important to me. So
shout out to Kenan Thompson because he's been doing this shit a long time and his lining has not moved not once, bro.
And bro,
at all.
And it show you, bro, in life, bro, you gotta grind. Cause you could tell this is that gap between this is after his child heyday.
Yeah, and then
before SNL.
Like, it was that little spot. It's like, hey, Kenan was moving them feet, baby. He's like, what we gonna do?
Man, they like, hey man, you gonna be Flex Alexander bodyguard in the movie. So
Flex was a germaphobe in this movie, a germophobic rapper.
Right. So then they say snakes is killing cats.
Yep.
So then snake, for some reason, the snake tried to kill the baby. Baby say no. Then then a lady with a baby, she pass out. They go get her. Snake killed this other lady. I'm not making a lot of sense, but
killed the flight attendant.
Killed the flight attendant. Now, a pilot come up, kill one of the pilots. Samuel Jackson's like, hey, bro, we got to kill these snakes. But I got my witness, so I'm going to keep my witness upstairs in first class.
Away from everybody.
Away from everybody. The witness like, nah, I'm a hero, bro. Like, I just fell in love with this flight attendant. She flirted with me. I'm trying to make something happen. He say, okay, we go stop this by we go blow up a raft and put a layer to plug in at the bottom.
Terrible movie. Go ahead, keep going, man.
So a lot of these snakes, so there's different types of snakes. There's venomous snakes, there's cobras or whatever. But some of these snakes were electricians. And so a thing with that so
Did you see him pull the snake?
Yeah.
He pulled the fucking plug. I was like, how he know to do that?
So some of these snakes were hackers. Some of them were electricians. Some of them had different jobs. Every snake works different. You know, it's a bunch of species on this earth. And with that, some of these snakes are like, we gonna tear down the power system of the plane because we understand
We want to die too.
Right. Because we understand the integrity of an aircraft. So therefore, we are going to turn the power off specifically because that's something that we know how to do.
Maybe he was set tripping. Maybe the wires looked like the other snake. He's like, I don't play no shit like that.
Right. Give him some bail.
Yeah.
So,
either he was an electrician or he was in a gang. Which one you choose?
I'm gonna go with this man was an electrician. He was a trained snake. And he was like, oh, well, we gotta tear down the power grid if we want everybody to die. We are hired help. So now, those snakes they go turn the power grid off on the plane. Kenan Thompson. So now, okay, this is my favorite part of the movie. Dude get bit by a snake.
In his ass.
The pilot. No.
Oh, no. Yeah, okay, go ahead.
We jump around, but it's all good.
Because this movie ass anyways.
Pilot gets bit by a snake. He get brought down to the bottom of the thing, right?
Yeah.
Bottom of the thing. So now the flight attendant that Samuel Jackson decided that he was flirting with earlier on, they just figure out how to lift the plane back up so they don't die.
Because the plane is crashing. He
come up out the ground. He done fought off a snake. He a dog. He get in the chair. This is the one, the wildest thing. He bleeding, his arm all big.
His arm got a titty.
His arm stupid. He got a stupid arm.
Yeah.
Right? Now, that cat is like, don't worry, y'all. I can fly this plane with one arm. The lady say, you need anything? He say, I think I'm going to need your shirt. And she say, what? And he like, I thought I should try. I said, brother, you about to die, bro.
He gonna get
this ain't flirt time.
Here's the time. Pilot, I don't know if pilots are disgusted like that, but he was definitely gonna get HR called on him. What if she would have filed a report after all that? She's like,
bro, you just got bit by 2 venomous snakes.
And he still wants to see some titties.
You got 1 arm to fly you and 20 other people back to life. And the first thing you got to say, bro, I was like, hey, bro, this is the most unrealistic character I've ever seen.
That's dedication.
So he come back alive. Samuel Jackson, he like, all right, we're going to let you handle that. They move on and go help everybody else. So what happened is the snakes keep getting around because it's so many snakes on this plane. Now, granted, I want to say y'all this. Not only is it snakes on the plane, it's like thousands, indiscriminate amount. All of them are rare snakes. I don't know what place has as many snakes. So then they trying to save
a lot
lives.
of them can't survive this climate of the plane anyways. Most snakes are of tropical regions, correct?
Exactly.
And it be cold as fuck on planes. If you ever been on a plane before, you know it's like, I need a jacket and maybe a fat person to sit next to survive this ride.
Exactly. So eventually they go to help everybody. Why they helping everybody? The dude is like, hey, bro, we running out of air. So these snakes were so far that they figured out how to break the ventilation system of the plane. Now, granted, let me tell you something. These are some
they electricians
snakes.
And they work in HVAC.
These people were the Wright brothers. Like, they truly understand aerodynamics and how to ruin the success and the integrity of this device. So now the snakes they ruining the air ventilation, right?
Yep.
So Samuel Jackson got to go down there and fix the air ventilation, right?
With a taser.
With a taser.
He was getting busy with the taser, though.
He was. Now, while that's happening, they trying to fix all these people. This lady taking the venom out of folks. She really doing her first aid, right?
She got olive oil in her mouth, switch it around there and suck the venom out.
100%. And then one of Flex Alexander's bodyguards is like, man, she doing her thing. I'm like, man, y'all about to die.
Very creepy.
Y'all boy, why y'all ain't scared?
I don't know.
So now, Cuz opened the door. Snakes done got all over the pilot, bro. The pilot over with. Now, this is my favorite part of the movie. So Flex Alexander, hold on, we forgot an important part. Flex Alexander losing his mind. He pulled a strap from Samuel Jackson
and pointed at somebody because they were too close to him.
because they were too close to him, and then he pushed the little white lady, and then he had the gun flash everybody. Samuel Jackson get the gun back, and they just say, "Sit down, man," and that was it. They forgave that the fact that this dude was about to kill all of them. So Flex had down.
They blew a hole in the side of the plane to get all the snakes off.
Hold on, bro. I'm getting there, bro.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I'm getting there. I'm sorry.
This is so bad.
So Flex Alexander, sit down. Everybody calm down. They open the door. Pilot dead. A whole bunch of more snakes got up in there. They like, bro, we killing him. We love him. We love how he tastes. They love this pilot. They love how delicious he is. So now, somebody just like, hey man, somebody got to fly the plane. They like, but Kenan Thompson know how to fly planes. He said, I got 2,000 hours. Now, obviously, I knew that he was talking about the video game, bro.
Yeah.
So the video game, he gets to fly the plane, bro.
Him and Snoop Dogg, two pilots that went, Snoop Dogg, he got his simulation in the
100%.
jail on Soul Plane.
Yeah.
Kenan got his on the game, so I don't know who would you trust?
I'm going to be honest with you, bro. I'm going to trust Snoop Dogg, bro.
I'm going to trust Snoop Dogg because he be in the sky all the time
For sure.
anyway.
And
Because
I
he
feel
high all the
like-
time.
And I feel like people in jail be learning stuff, bro.
They learn how to be better criminals, but that's another podcast.
Real. That's real. So look, so then Samuel Jackson realized, bro, we got to get these snakes off of here. They getting on my nerves. And he says,
Get these motherfucking snakes. Oh, no, I'm tired and sick and tired of these motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane.
boom. So they say, what we going to do is, now, obviously, none of us know how to fly a plane. We lost our power grid, and we almost lost our air. So what we going to do is we going to innovate, and we going to bust a hole in the side of the plane, because obviously we are so smart.
Fuck the emergency exit door that they could open up.
Yeah. We gonna just bust a hole in the plane. So they bust a hole in the plane. Guess what, y'all? People is almost flying out. Yes, so it's starting to be a lot of pressure when you going that fast in the air. They barely holding on, but conveniently, all the snakes is flying out. They was smart enough.
You know what it was? Because they ain't got no arms.
But they weren't smart enough to wrap around nothing. They was smart. I mean, dog, they was smart enough to
be electricians.
Yeah, that's smart, but they weren't smart enough to survive. All the snakes, get out of there now. Snakes, get out of there. Kenan Thompson flying the plane. Kenan Thompson flying the plane down, and Kenan Thompson, while they flying down, says, "Hey, yeah, I used to turn the game off when it was time to land." Yeah, bro. Why would you wait till
Now
you sitting in front of the plane, trying to land the plane to let that note out? When they was asking people to volunteer, you knew good and well
he was the
that
best
somebody-
volunteer though. He was the best one.
Hey, bro.
He's the best man for the
If
job.
that was me, I would have kept that info to myself. I would have been like, listen, I'm going to just try my best just to survive. I wouldn't be like, hey, yeah, y'all, I don't know how to land. We all go die today.
You would think flight attendants would know a little something about flying.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
You
I
would
feel
know a
like
little
it's
something about flying.
It's got to be something in the train that says, hey, pull this lever.
This movie stunk.
So the plane land. It
Yep.
conveniently land perfectly.
To
Obviously.
the side, they making the left turn, trying to slide, slide into the airport because
Yeah.
it's a movie. It's a movie. It's a
Right.
movie.
So then they put the slide out. They like finally, man. Oh, side note. So on the ground,
Yep.
the FBI agents is trying to figure out how to save. So they got this little snake freak. He a snake freak. I mean, he's sweaty. He full blown like they like what type of snake? He's like, is it a cobra? Is it a? He was just real obnoxious. You like, dang, bro, you need a.
Is this the guy who sold the snakes?
No, this was the
Oh, the other
snake
guy.
expert.
Oh, yeah.
So he like, well, you guys are gonna have to tell me more about this snake. Like, hey, bro, cats is dying. Figure this out. What? It ain't time for you to be snarky.
Hey, bro, that was his character.
So then they find the dude who sold the snakes. He get bit by a snake. They say, hey, we got this 7-minute venom. He snitching. He about to. He like, hey man, that boy
Johnny Tang.
He was like, that boy knock off Bruce Lee. He said he was like, man.
None of this movie made sense.
He was like, yeah, knock off Bruce Lee. He sold us the snakes. He got a bunch of abs. He got the side abs too.
He gave us the pheromones. the snake medicine. You know what it is? He gave them snakes a whole bunch of gas station pills
100.
and turned them loose on the people on the plane.
100%.
31 people died from snake bites on this plane,
For sure.
and one cat.
Now, my favorite part.
The cat died first.
It was a dog, bro.
Was it a cat or a dog?
It was a chihuahua. That lady had chihuahua in that bag.
No, there was two. Oh, it was a cat and a dog.
It was a cat and a dog. Yep.
Damn. At least they
The
first.
The cat.
The cat died first. He was at the below, and then the dog. The one dude threw that dog down there to save himself, and he's still in. He's like, so he fed the snake an appetizer, not knowing he was the main course, because he threw the dog, and the snake was like, "Nigga, that ain't nothing. That's
exactly.
That was a mozzarella stick."
Exactly.
And then he's like, "Nigga, you the main course. Come here." And then he wrapped around him, looked at him. He was like, "You dead now?" And then he bit the nigga head like a gobstopper.
Bit his head, bro.
It was like a jawbreaker.
He tried to. It was Ed
And he flew out the plane with the dude in his mouth. Did you see that?
Yeah, he did. Ed and Nettie style, bro. And then shout out to that show Cat Dog, man. That show didn't make sense
At all. But it was a cat dog, but it looked like a snake. It's very weird.
Yeah, I always wonder how they use the bathroom.
Good question. Maybe they got to use it at the same time.
No, but
They shared.
where they other holes was supposed to be was another person's body.
It's too much thinking.
Okay, never mind. But so the end of the movie, they going down the
So
slide.
don't ruin it with thinking.
So then Samuel Jackson's like, you know, man, I'm glad we made. He talked to the witness that was going to snitch.
He shot the nigga.
Bro, that's my favorite part. Cause he like
Why?
Samuel Jackson like, man, we done been through a lot. I feel like I'm your stepdad now. You my son. Like, I love you. Like,
Boo Bob Bear, he ain't say all that, but go ahead.
so then a snake that so happened to survive all of this. One last snake.
This the one that wrapped
jump
off.
out and try to bite, bro. Samuel Jackson, instead of trying to move the snake, shot the dude twice with a pistol. Shot the dude twice. Bang, bang. Bro fall down the slide. Samuel Jackson slide down the slide like this, like,
He killed the snake, though.
wee. And then they like, he rip over his bruh shirt. He said, it sting, don't he on a bulletproof vest.
Because you got to protect the witness because you know he's going to be assassinated.
Yeah.
Or attempted assassination.
And then the movie end, bro. They didn't even show us the trial.
Yeah, cuz ain't go to jail. He just got on the plane.
Yeah,
Like, I ain't have to do this. I could have left the phone.
I wanted to see like them go to court and the agent dude like, yeah, man, I was bugging out.
No, bro. This movie was ass, man.
That movie was terrible, bro.
This is Sam wasn't even in that many scenes.
He wasn't, but he was tired of them snakes, though.
I didn't like, the funny part about this movie was, you remember when he first went to go get the witness? He saved him. He was like an FBI agent waiting because he knew he was going to get got. Where's the rest of the FBI at to stop these guys from breaking into this man's apartment? And that wasn't even, the funny part is Sam jumping out of that apartment building onto the top of court. That nigga was moving so slow.
Bro, how did the snakes get on the plane?
They put him inside the leg. They had him inside the little cage, tucked behind the legs. It's just like, bro, what?
Yeah, bro.
This was a stretch.
Also, have y'all ever been on a plane with upstairs?
No, I want to.
I ain't never been on a plane with an upstairs.
It had a nice little winding staircase too. I was like, this is a big ass plane.
That joint was nice.
What's the biggest plane you been on?
I ain't gonna lie. The biggest plane I ever been on was it was a plane that was going from Atlanta to LA, but you could tell it came from out the country because it had that third row in the middle.
Yeah, that's how I thought. When I first got on planes, I thought all planes looked like movie planes. I was like, when I first got on the plane, I was like, man, this shit weak as hell.
Lie, bro. I ain't gonna lie. When I got on that plane, bro, I realized, I think it was one of them planes that they be using to get them refugees from Ukraine. And I was like, dang, bro, that's sick that they making them folks in Ukraine buy Delta Plus. That whole the plane that they get them folks from Ukraine on should be general admission.
God,
it should be general admission. Everybody pay the same price.
But what if somebody already a member, a Delta member over there?
Bro, imagine I just imagine somebody getting on the plane with like a quilt, kind of shivering, and they just sit down in the first seat they see and they like, nah, this first class. We gonna need you to get back on down to the back with the common folk, bro, because we got all the dang legislators up here.
Man, do you ever been in first class?
No, I never have, bro.
So see, it seems like in this movie, all the people that was dying was in the economy.
That's
because the
real,
nigga
and
was in first class, survived, so
He
it
was
pays the
chilling.
cost.
He
It
was-
pays pay to pay. Go on, sit up there.
For sure. And man, I mean, bro, and one thing when I go through a Delta plane, bro, and that first class, I do enjoy how they be looking at folks. Like
They don't look at people.
they don't be want to make eye contact.
They don't want to look at you.
And then the way I walk through there, a little side get on them, and they hate that. Bro.
They like
They don't like that.
they don't like it. Do you do it on purpose?
Nah, I'm just a wild cat, bro. So like, when I'm coming through the lane, it's like cats know I'm coming through. I'm like
They know what's up.
I'm like Jerome Bettis,
The bus.
right between the offensive line. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be some bumping going, bro.
First class is the shit.
And bro, you been on first class before?
Accidentally, thanks to COVID.
For real?
So when COVID first hit, we was in upstate New York. Shows got canceled, but we had to rebook the tickets. But that's when nobody really getting on plane because they was
Yeah.
like, that's where the shit at.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, cool. It wasn't number 5 people on my plane, but we had one of them jumbo like planes to get back to LA. So I had one of the joints that laid down into a bed. I was just like, bro, I can't wait to get money because I don't want to never sit up on a plane again.
I feel that, bro.
Bro,
Yeah,
that
I'ma
shit
lay
was
down as
amazing.
well.
Like millions of people had to die for me to get on first class. That's how broke
I
I
ain't
was.
gonna lie, I done had first class on the Amtrak before though.
How was that?
It's cool, man. You get on that, the seats is wide, man. They come through and they try to sell you that them vegetables.
Yeah,
They got like a vegetable medley that you can get on the Amtrak.
I don't want no train track food.
Yeah, nah, it's nasty, bro. It come wet. It come soaked wet. So like, and I was like, oh man,
Snakes on the train.
It was weird because I was like, I ain't ordered the soup. I
feel
wanted
like
the dry vegetables, but they were like, nah, we don't
I
sell
feel
it like
like
that.
snakes on the train has happened already because it'd be
Snakes
a lot
on
of
the
weird
train,
characters on the
that's
Amtrak.
hard.
We was just at the Laughing Skull,
Yeah.
and a guy was standing outside with a snake. Do you
I
remember?
forgot about that. Yeah, he was.
We're gonna also tell you about something else that happened outside,
Bro.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
yes.
Oh, bro.
So, but the snake, the dude, he was inside the comedy club. So we all performed. It's an open mic, blah, blah, blah. We all performed. He waits to the end. He stands at the exit. The door is like a double door. You can swing it open. He stands outside. He goes in his book bag. I'm like, oh shit. I'm thinking he got a gun. This nigga pulled out something worse. He pulled out a snake.
Which means he sat there the whole time
So with a snake and a book bag. Do you think the snake laughed?
Bro, I think so, bro.
I think I'm funny enough to
He
make the
shoulda
snake
did
laugh.
snakes on the
I heard
stage.
him in there. I heard him laughing.
Yeah. He probably,
I heard him
he probably
laughing.
slid
But this
around
is
in
the
there.
most fucked up thing the dude said. He like, he ain't gonna do nothing. I was like, did he tell you that?
Yeah, you don't know.
He was wrapping around your arm, nigga. He finna bite you.
Yeah, hey, matter of fact, bro, if I would have saw this movie before that, I would have asked him to be escorted off the premises. You sick, bro. Them things move around. Them things, he might
things
turn the
kill
lights
people.
out.
Yeah.
He might call
That's a
some
certified
electric bill.
electrician you got in that
Bro.
bag. You don't even know.
Don't even know. And my thing with, all right, so here's the thing. I just thought of a reboot
For
Snakes on a Plane. They need to combine Snakes on a Plane
With what?
with Titanic.
No.
And they put it on the boat, bro.
That's called Deep Blue Sea, which is another movie that Samuel Jackson, and it's just, snakes ain't nothing but, sharks ain't nothing but sea snakes.
Hold on, wait. It's a movie called Deep Blue Sea.
Ain't Samuel Jackson in that? Yes. It's
I
called
ain't
Deep Blue
seen
Sea
it.
with LL Cool J.
LL Cool J in the movie?
Yeah.
Big Ellie?
They call, I don't know what they call him that, but that's hilarious. This is not, he was in, another rapper was in this movie, right? Was another rapper in this movie?
Bro, we need to watch that one, bro.
We're gonna watch Deep Blue Sea, but that was another
Hey,
great movie.
but look, while we
He's
at
a
the
scientist.
Laughing Skull, bro, me and Vincent are
having a conversation.
conversation
outside of the Laughing Skull.
And I want to say this.
Go ahead.
I support the homeless. I support like they whole movement, man. I love that. Never mind. What I was saying, I support. I don't know where I was going. I was trying to.
He
say
support the
something.
whole movement,
No,
but
I support. I mean, not they move. I'm not saying like I support them being outside. I'm saying I
you support their nomadic movement, how they get around.
I support the aid. I support the aid toward. I support the idea of cats being like, hey, let's get them food. Let's get them some Irish Spring. Let's get them some shelter. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I meant like the homeless movement, as in like the aid of them.
Right.
But I do also support them vibing out sometimes. Sometimes they like to chill And specifically,
It's
this
a
one
lot of
dude-
talented homeless people, bro.
100%. And this one dude decided that, okay, he gonna hang out and lay down right outside the Laughing Skull.
So we having a conversation about 7 to 10 minutes go by, and we hear a guy. And most times when you see a homeless person, you think they just be talking to themselves, whatever, da 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 da. So his volume is increasing until we both look back. And what did he say?
Bro, what did he say specifically?
He said, "It's about time for y'all to get on, huh?"
Yeah, that's what he said. He said,
And
"By
we
the time
kinda,
y'all to go."
and we looked at each other. He said, "What?" And then he said, and we looked back at him. He said, "It's about time y'all leave."
Yeah, and he was like doing a thing where he was looking with his eyes to dip.
He was pointing his head to where we should go.
And I was like, hey
like-
man, one thing about this, if you go sleep in public, you got to deal with what public does.
This belong to everybody.
Hey, bro, if you sleeping on the sidewalk, we about to sleep on the sidewalk too, bro.
We will stand on the sidewalk all day.
Bro, I just thought that was kind of wild because I was like, dang, bro.
This homeless person kicked
He
us
tried-
outside
he
of
kicked us
outside.
out of his living room.
He laid his head on the thing on the stump. He's like,
He was
I'm
like-
about to lay down, and y'all need to go and get
Yeah,
on.
it was like we was all at his house. He invited us all
It
for
felt like I was
dinner.
trespassing, but I belong here.
Bro, we was over for dinner, and then we was like, all right, bro, let's play one more Uno game. And he like,
And
nah,
he was like-
I gotta go to work tomorrow, bro. Like, y'all need to go ahead and get it.
He should have faked the leave.
My
And then-
thing is, how far did he want us to move down?
Because we relocated. We relocated. We scooted over. It's like, is that far enough for you?
Nah,
He's like, I want y'all to leave the whole vortex.
yeah, because I'm like, how much was his radius that he believed belonged to him? Like, let's say if we just scooted down to like a little bit down, like a one block.
I thought
is
the
that
man
enough?
was bullshitting. So then I leave and I go
Yeah.
to my car, and there's another guy. It's the ambulance coming down the street, but there's a guy running. As the ambulance is getting closer to him, he dives into the bushes. He has a loudspeaker in his hand, and he's looking at me, and I see him hiding in the bushes. But the ambulance goes past. He hopped out the bushes, looked at me, smiled, and continued to run. I was like, what the fuck is going on today, bro?
Yeah, bro. It get wild over there, man. But
It's-
that homeless
it's
man
wild at
definitely
midtime.
told us to go ahead and get up out of his
He
house.
said, go on, get up out of here.
And I said, hey, man, this belong to, this land is your land. This land is
That's
my
our
land, you know?
This land is your land too. Runtime 106 minutes of Boo Boo. This was a terrible movie, bro. 106 minutes.
What you
of shit.
rate it?
What? I rate this a -2 motherfuckers.
I'm going to be honest with you,
What do you
bro.
rate it?
This is going to be the first 4 I give out.
Oh
Hey, bro, I'm going to be honest with you.
no!
One thing I appreciate is dumb movies, bro.
I enjoy a good dumb movie, but this is a bad dumb movie, bro.
This movie was terrible, bro.
This
and
is
I
a
had
bad
great
dumb
time.
movie, bro.
One
Did you-
thing I'm trying to be better about.
You know what? I was so disappointed.
Okay.
Because this is a New Line Cinema film. Whenever you see the New Line Cinema production at the beginning of it, you get excited.
Yeah.
Ninja Turtles. I used to see that. I said, I knew something great was coming.
Yeah.
But this disappointed me.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. But
At one point,
is,
New Line Cinema is what A24 is today. A24 puts out great movies.
A24 does.
New
put out
Line
great
Cinema
movies.
is responsible for Friday, the Friday franchise.
Oh, for real?
Yes. And they put out this bullshit, and I was like, I can't trust them no more.
Wow.
They can't
Yeah.
be trusted.
Yeah, I don't
106
really-
minutes of some bullshit.
I
This
ain't
your
really
first 4?
a cinema house head like that, so
No.
I don't really know a lot of them.
I'm sorry,
But
I just get excited about
I'm
it.
gonna go with your opinion on that. With
Okay.
it. Shout out to New Line Cinema.
Another fun fact about this one: Snakes on a Plane came out in 2006. Also, Black Snake Moan, which is another Samuel Jackson movie that we're gonna end up doing, it also came out in 2006. So I feel like Sam had something going on with snakes in 2000.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
2005, because these movies were probably shot.
For sure. That man probably was really into snakes, bro. And honestly, maybe that everybody has their thing, man.
Would you guess this movie made money? It made a profit.
I thought it didn't.
No, the budget was $33 million for this film. It made $62 million worldwide, and
That's
then it
what's
did
up.
another $20 million in DVD sales.
That makes sense, bro. Listen, one thing we gotta do, we gotta start like saying what we think is good or bad based on reality, and start moving more off emotion and vibes. And throughout this movie, as an action thriller movie, was it bad? Sure. But did I enjoy watching that lady say, man, I shouldn't have, they said they offered me early retirement, and now I just had to do one more run, And then that lady turned to her and said, well, but nah, like, you was here for a reason because you saved my baby. That was the
Girl,
most...
fuck your baby.
Yeah, like, I'm about to die. Like, you about to say, well, I'm glad you here to die for me.
I would have gladly got you some apple juice for the little nigga, but I gotta die?
And also, and can I be honest with you? The
Go
reason,
ahead.
you wanna know the real reason I gave this 4 out of 5?
Yeah, why?
Because it had Kenan Thompson with a chain on, bro. He had
And
a
it came
chain.
back. It came back to
He
the
had
chain.
a chain on, bro.
I'm trying to think of any other actors that I actually seen after this. I feel like Samuel Jackson, Kenan Thompson, and then this was like the beginning of the end. No, the beginning of the end for Flex Alexander was when that nigga played Michael Jackson. Do you remember
for
that?
sure, for sure. When
We
they
gonna put a graphic
when they
of
put
that
him in
right there.
whiteface.
I was like, Sam,
Yeah, man.
It was like, what were you doing, Flex?
I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. If you go bleach that skin, bro, I think you gotta have
They
like
ain't
a
even
limit.
bleach my man's skin. They did. They just powdered that boy.
Oh, for sure. They Krispy Kremed him. They
It's
put him
bad.
right. They flipped on 2 sides and
He was too tall to be Mike, anyways.
100%, man. Yeah, shout out to Flex Alexander, bro.
Shout out to Flex. I love him. I love 1-on-1. That was a great show.
Check 1, 2.
All right.
That thing song hard with the ooh. That's
If I was a rapper, I would like take all classic 90s like theme songs,
yeah,
put a little trap beat on them, and then rap over them.
I'm gonna be honest with you. That was the smartest thing. You should tell somebody to do that.
It'd be a
You
great.
don't have to be good at it.
You don't even have to. You just got a theme and a hook. It's a
And
project.
then people are just like they'll go off the
Wale
nostalgia.
kinda did it. He did it
Yeah.
with More About Nothing, which is basically
Yeah.
ode to Seinfeld. So he would just name the tracks in that style. Yes, look at Joe looking this up. Terrible.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen that before?
No, I haven't, and it's that's just awful looking.
Pick one of those. Pick that one to the right of the top corner, and that's the one we're gonna put up there.
It's so terrifying and unsettling. Like, yeah,
It's bad.
Yeah,
It is bad. What do
Can
you
I-
rate Sam Jackson's performance in this one?
I give Sam Jackson. I thought he was doing good into the famous line.
To the lane, it's like, bro, you just had. I think Sam worked on the script with them for months.
That makes sense.
He put that in there.
100%.
He put that in there.
I'm gonna give him a. Man, honestly, I'm gonna give him a 4 out of 5 because he did shoot that man with that pistol, and I enjoyed that.
Okay, I'm gonna give him 4 out of 5 because it's Samuel Jackson and he did his thing as usual. But this movie was ass, Sam. I don't know what I really want to know what he thought about it after the fact. He's like, man, this shit is this. What they said was it was a whole bunch of Hollywood execs sitting around trying to make the worst movie as possible at a happy hour and trying to see what this. And the working title for they said it was Anaconda 4. What it was, it felt like what could we do to make how could we make the worst movie ever?
They said they was actively trying to make the worst movie.
Yes.
It makes sense, bro, and that's why I gave it a 4 because it felt like a lot of it felt like trolling. Like they was.
It was like, bro, they went and got actors that probably would never like do anything else, and they thought that, man, this is my big break. They're like, nah, this is it.
Yeah, we make
this gonna make
some
money,
sense,
but this is a spoof.
Can I spit a quick freestyle about this movie
Go
before
ahead,
we
bro.
exit?
Do your thing.
Man, people worrying about snakes on the plane, but they should be worried about snakes in the grass. I got me a task. How about you learn something? I got a chain on like Kenan Thompson. I used to have a son, but I ain't got one no more. I shine like the sun. Man, we go wear sandals and show our toes.
Hey, give it up for Mandal Man.
So
Freestyle was hard.
thank you, man. I appreciate it, man. Well, thank y'all for tuning in to this episode of
The motherfucking podcast featuring the Snakes on a Plane, which is a terrible movie. Don't you ever go watch that. But it is on HBO Max. HBO Max, cut us a check because we advertise.
we
for
be
y'all.
watching that.
Yeah, we be using that terrible. It feel like snakes fuck with y'all interface on HBO Max, but we probably cut that part out because I would like to get paid by them one day.
That's hard. Yeah.
Holla at you.